As the race at the North Wilkesboro Speedway took place this Sunday, many things changed. It was a whole new experience for the Hendrick Motorsports driver Chase Elliot, who stated, "It almost had a better feel than our normal tire." He is among those that want the historic North Wilkesboro Speedway to be restored on the NASCAR schedule. However, he recently highlighted concerns about the track's long-term viability in the schedule. Above all, he asked something from fans. But what did he ask for? Stay tuned to NASCAR Zone to find out. But before we dive into that, do subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. Chase Elliot of Hendrick Motorsports No. 9 Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 joined other drivers in praising NASCAR's newest innovation, wet weather tires, during the heat races that came before the main event. As rain fell on the 625-mile-long North Wilkesboro Speedway, the groove tires added an electric dose of energy to every corner of the track. Drivers loved how these tires brought them back to their roots and reminded them of the good old days. In an interview after the race, Elliott showed his excitement and talked about how well the new tires had done.
Yeah, the tire felt fine, like it was actually going to fall off and stuff. It almost had a better feel than our normal tire did, so that was interesting.
The first time these wet weather tires were used in NASCAR was as part of the wet weather package for the next-gen car. This package was made to improve the racing on short tracks when it is raining. This week, racing has continued on the historic track, which shaped up to be in excellent shape for the All-Star race. The roles that tires play, on the other hand, become increasingly significant as the surface deteriorates due to wear and tear. It's interesting to see that Elliott and Denny Hamlin have quite comparable perspectives on this matter. Certainly, it's not a bad idea, and the experiment might help in future races. However, it was not only the star driver from Hendrick Motorsports who was impressed by the wet weather tires. Denny Hamlin, a driver with Joe Gibbs Racing, appeared to be pretty taken aback by them as well. Denny Hamlin has been known to challenge NASCAR's rulings on multiple occasions, but this situation is different from the others. After taking part in the first heat race on Saturday, Hamlin is completely enamored with the wet weather tires that were utilized in the race. The JGR driver shared his thoughts with the journalist Bob Pockrass from Fox Sports.
But the tires had way more grip than the slicks. The slicks just are so hard that it actually didn't fall off as much as what the rain tires did, and the rain tires ran faster. So we definitely got something. I think, we saw it at Martinsville, and now we've seen it here, where you can run rain-ish tires on dry tracks and potentially have the type of racing that you're looking for. So we're kind of the guinea pigs, but we think that our car is strong in the dry. Hopefully that's what we're going to have tomorrow, and we'll be able to show what we got then. I'm just more encouraged that Goodyear can build a tire that is really fast to start and falls off. We got the blueprint. We really should spend some time working on something like this, for other short tracks.
But where did Chase Elliott end up in the ASA Stars National Tour race at North Wilkesboro Speedway? Elliott has previously won the All-Star race, but that did not seem to work out after the race on Sunday. When the lightning-fast No. 9 Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 and North Wilkesboro's low-grip conditions come together, fans were looking forward to a thrilling show that will keep them on the edge of their seats. After finishing fifth, Chase Elliott stated,
Based on what we saw in practice on Friday, I thought it was about kind of what we were expecting from there. So, yeah, it was pretty anticlimactic, I would say, for the most part. But, Kyle and Cliff and those guys did a great job, and really set the pace there once they took tires at the start and controlled the event from there. And these races are hard to win, so they're not always going to be barn burners, side-by-side banging door finishes. But it doesn't take away from the fact that they're still hard to win, and that should always be celebrated. So,
what do you think of the tires designed for wet weather? Will it surely be helpful for future races? Let us know in the comments section below. Be sure to hit the bell button and subscribe to our channel to get the latest updates. Talking about celebration, Sunday's race turned out the same as expected for Larson. After winning his third All-Star race in the last 5 years, Kyle Larson didn't hold back. Larson stated clearly that was a traditional butt whipping, that Larson ran away with his third All-Star race, and $1 million Sunday night in the Cup Series return to North Wilkesboro Speedway after a 27-year hiatus. Only 4 other drivers had won the All-Star race at least 3 times before him. Larson, Jeff Gordon, and Dale Earnhardt all have 3 wins, while Jimmy Johnson has 4. Larson is the first person to win the All-Star race at 3 different tracks. He also won in Charlotte in 2019 and in Texas in 2021. He did a full lap of burnouts around the 625 mile track to celebrate winning the 11th All-Star race for Hendrick Motorsports. Tyler Reddick, Chase Briscoe, and Chase Elliott came in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th in the 200-lap practice race that didn't count for points. But only Larson won money in the event, where the winner got all the money. After struggling in the heat races on Saturday night, Larson wasn't sure if he would place higher than 15th. So when Larson was punished for speeding on lap 24 and sent to the back of the pack, he knew it wasn't his night. But after he put on the new tires, he drove his number 5 Chevrolet to the front of the pack and passed 16 cars, including Daniel Suarez, who was in the pole position, on lap 56. Before the first competition yellow at lap 100, Larson had built up an 11-second lead. Larson didn't slow down because of the competition caution, and he was never really pushed in the second half of the race. If fans wanted to see wrecks, they were let down because there weren't any. And the only pass they saw for the lead was Larson passing Suarez. It was just another boring short track race in a season where NASCAR has had trouble with races that aren't close. But about the return of NASCAR racing to historic North Wilkesboro NC Speedway, on Saturday, North Wilkesboro hosted the thrilling Truck Series race, and on Sunday night, the renowned Cup Series All-Star race, marking the first time the city had hosted NASCAR events since 1996. The venue was ready to hold about 35,000 passionate fans because it was expected that the event would attract a full house. Elliott thought about the future of North Wilkesboro and how important it was that the NASCAR business and its fans kept supporting it. Elliott, the most popular driver in the sport, said,
And ultimately, you know, you have to ask yourself, why did these places shut down in the first place? Well, it was because people quit supporting them. But now it's cool to bring it back. So it's like, which one do you want to do? You want it or not? And I think we all have to ask ourselves that, and the people that support racing need to ask themselves that too, because if we don't support this stuff, it's going to go away. It's just how it works. So I'd love to see it revived as well. And there's been a lot of state funding and things that North Carolina has allocated to the racetracks and things, and I certainly think Rockingham could be a good place to get in the works too, but that's way above me.
The successful late model races held last fall led to the reopening of North Wilkesboro Speedway, a 625 mile track set in the beautiful foothills of North Carolina. With the help of the state's $18 million investment in facilities, the Speedway went through a dramatic change. Even though the track has changed a lot since its last NASCAR event in 1996, it still doesn't measure up to the bigger Cup schedule tracks because it lacks a lot of facilities. The improvements were done carefully to keep the Speedway's famous look and turn it into a venue that can be used for many different kinds of events. NASCAR and Speedway Motorsports have not said what their plans are for North Wilkesboro in the long run. What will happen to North Wilkesboro? Drivers and fans both seem to want Cup racing to keep going at the track, maybe even with a race that gives points. But the most important thing is the support that was shown at the events over the weekend. Elliott, who had already raced late models at the track before this big weekend, said,
So I think everyone is surprised that this happened. It was talked about a lot, but I think just the surprise that this is here is a good thing. So yeah, seems to be a lot of positivity about it from everybody, and it's not the norm either, and I think that's exciting. Less is more. I say that a lot. I feel like, especially when it comes to racetracks and the places we visit, I think I'm a big believer in less is more, and this is special. It's different. I hope everybody just exercises a little patience as it pertains to getting in and out of here and not being able to go outside. We can't get across the racetrack, right? That's fine. It's all good. We just got to know that and kind of have the right headspace for it. It's not the normal facility we go to every weekend. that we've become accustomed to, and I'm cool with that. And I hope everybody in here and the fans and everybody that comes this weekend is as well.
So, that is for today. Hope you enjoyed it. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel to see more of our videos on NASCAR updates. Look forward to seeing you in the next video.